I made a post on LinkedIn about religion, which is a weird topic to speak about on that business platform. Anyhow, this great man with tons of work experience, he was like, I've been working all my life, earning money, but I'm searching for meaning now. And it's hard for me to pick a religion. It seems as if he is some kind of atheist, or at least agnostic. So I was inspired by his reaction and want to tell you in this video why atheism is really a religion. Even if you wouldn't agree with that statement, if you watch until the end, you might understand what I'm trying to say. So first of all, there's a human being, scientist, that picked some data subjectively and then decided to say the world is 4.5 billion years old. Why? Because he says so through some research by some data that has been subjectively and not objectively chosen. So an atheist has the same position as a Christian man. Atheist says, I don't believe in anything, I know everything, I have proof for the things I believe in. It's the same statement that a Christian would say, man, we have proof and we believe in that proof. I mean, the word believe is a different subject. So then coming back to his reaction, he was like, okay, I cannot pick a religion because it caused so many wars. And do you believe that? Type yes in the reaction, type yes below if you believe that. But then I start to ask myself the question, did atheism cause any harm in the world? Maybe you've heard of Stalin, of the Soviet Union, the old Russia. He killed 1,200 churches, or destroyed 1,200 churches, and killed over hundreds of thousands, I think, Christians there, in the name of anti-theism, because he was against it. He didn't want a single church to be in Russia, old Russia anymore, and he was like, religion should be an old remnant of the past, of the Middle Ages. Like religion shouldn't exist anymore. So he was really against religion as an anti-theist, an atheist. So he has millions of deaths upon his name, but saying you can't pick a religion as an atheist person is the same than saying I cannot choose for atheism because some people have done harm in the name of atheism. You know what I'm saying? So the presupposition to say that you can only pick a certain type of thinking, like life philosophy, religion, or anti-religion, whatever, when all human beings that belong to that group, might be Christianity, Islam, atheism, they needed to have lived a perfect life in order for me to pick that way of life. So I made a video on my Dutch Instagram about like two people having a conversation, and then I was playing the different roles with this cap on, whatever. And the one said, I can't believe in religion because it caused lots of harm in the world. And then the other role told him, can you believe in atheism if it has caused harm in the world? And then I gave the Stalin example, which I gave you. And then the atheist in that video replied, which was me playing the atheist, replied, well, I should have the same way of thinking. If I say I can't pick a religion because it caused harm, I also shouldn't pick atheism because through Stalin it has caused some harm. To me, it's false to think that I need to pick a certain type of religion only when it has been perfectly used by people. Some people say the Bible is violent. I mean, of course you can argue for that in the Old Testament, man. But then Jesus comes and he rectifies it. And let's not go in too deep into that. But are people nowadays killing each other because of Christianity, for example? They did in the past. But there was growth in Christianity, and they accepted that they have made these mistakes. Then Islam started to conquer Europe, and the reaction was the Crusades. And there were also done crusades, not just a reaction to Islam. I also saw there were done some crusades in like Scandinavia, the northern countries, Denmark, Norway, whatever. And they were really getting the pagan religions out. So yes, religion has been used to conquer things, both Islam, both Christianity, whatever. But now people are interpreting lots of things when it comes to Christianity, I believe, in a better way. And atheism is also becoming some kind of religion, because in the end you need to unite under one truth, right? I think clinical psychologist Jordan Peterson said, if there are different stories, so different kinds of multicultural people living together, the one believes that Jesus hasn't been crucified because it only looked like it, because Allah saved him. The other believes Jesus was crucified for the sins of this world. And then the third person, maybe an atheist, believes, man, those religious stories are all just fairy tales and shouldn't have any place in this modern society. Like, you have a shattered society. But still, coming back to, I mean, if you look at philosophical quotes of Aristotle or people that lived before Jesus, you take them seriously as an atheist, and you should also take the quotes of Jesus Christ seriously, which said, it's easy to love your neighbor and your friends. Even bad people do that, right? They love their family and friends. So what good are you if you do the same? Therefore, it has been said, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. But now I tell you, pray, turn your cheek, pray for those who persecute you. And you can go interpret it in many ways, like, okay, so just if someone wants to kill you, let them kill you. No, you can defend yourself. But in the end, you should want to choose for peace, even if it's an enemy. So in a multicultural society, what's the solution? Jesus's philosophy, which is love people that behave and think differently than you. I don't think the point is to all be the same, to all believe in the same stories, to all believe the same religion or anti-religion. The point is, man, you're different. You look different than me. Well, that's strange to me, but let me respect you because you're still a human being. That's why in democracy we have human rights, right? Because you're a human, you have rights. Who invented that? Atheism, evolution, which are of course two separate things, people say. Like, the strongest survive. Didn't Charles Darwin say that? The strongest survive. So if you're a weak and sick person, unlucky, no one should care about you, because the strongest survive and the weak don't. Within Jesus you find strength in weakness. He's been crucified. 3 days after he died, he came back to life. I mean, that's pretty interesting, being the way, the truth, and the life to God the Father. He's the one that went into the death for us. And you might argue there are thousands of stories which look like the one of Jesus, and then tell me, please, why didn't they go as viral as Jesus's? Because there's truth in his story, I believe. What do you believe?